because you can come up with ideas. It's literally, what did I say? It's literally just having a framework or a strategy to actually answer specific questions. So this is where the expansion practice is. So I am going to open you up. I'm going to share a slightly different screen because we're going to have a look at basically a bit of expansion practice. Where are we? Share the screen, present something else. Because expanding doesn't need to be as hard as we think. I think we sometimes think that we've got to say loads of things. Now, all I do with expansion practice is literally answer with these question words. Who am I talking about? What? I can answer the question what, answer the question with where, answer the question with when, answer the question with why, and answer the question with how. Okay? So, this question here, ¿qué debería hacer el gobierno para reducir el número de personas que beben demasiado alcohol? If you got that question in the exam, on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoyed would you be? 10 being like super annoyed, don't want to answer this question. 1 being, I'll be alright, you think? Would it surprise you that I got this question in my exam? That's why I brought it up and that's why I was laughing. And I was as super annoyed as you. Just as annoyed. And I have since asked this question to students who look at me going, I hate you, miss. I actually despise you. Why would you answer this? And it's because I've taught them this. And so they know, okay? They know how to answer this question. Okay, so what should the government do to reduce the amount of people who drink too much alcohol? Because this is a social issues type question, okay, which a lot of people don't like. So you think, okay, who am I talking about? That's all of this. If you answer all of these questions, you've done more than expanding. I would just say try to answer about 3 or 4. Okay, what can the government do? Give some examples about what the government can do. Okay. I could compare different countries because it said the government. It doesn't say the government in Spain. It doesn't say the government in England. I could compare. Okay? When? Okay? So I could talk about the fact that it's discussed if the problem has gotten worse in recent years. Why it is such a problem. And how could these policies be enforced? Which then allows me to come to something like this. En mi opinión, el gobierno debe aumentar los impuestos. Any idea what impuestos are? It's stuff that your parents will go on about because, especially if they run a business, the government has done this to businesses and it's really annoying. Yeah. Taxes. En el alcohol, porque mucha gente joven, lots of young people, bebe demasiado. So I've talked about what they should do, okay, and why. En países como España, so I'm talking about Spain now because you've not been specific, you've just said the government. En países como España hay campañas publicitarias. What are campañas publicitarias? Good, well done. Para concienciar, weird word. Everybody understand what that word means? Literally means to conscious. So it's basically to help young people become aware. So a los jóvenes. También se debe reducir la venta en los supermercados por la noche. So la venta is the sale, okay? En supermercados por la noche porque hay más problemas los fines de semana. Because there are problems when these problems exist. One of their problems with alcoholics is it right at the end. Hay más problemas los fines de semana. Good, on the weekend. Okay? Long answer. Would never expect any of you to give that. All I've done is just answer all of the who, where, who, oh God, what's wrong with me today? Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay? That's an expanded question. How long did that take me to say? And you're thinking, Estrena, I could never come up with a question like this. Well, granted, your teacher is not going to be that mean, so don't panic. The reason why I showed you that question first is because it would be a question that you would hate to answer, and I wanted to show you how